One. What is up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA Betting Show, episode 41. We have UFC San Diego, headlined by Dominic Cruz and Marlon Vera. As always, my man Magic M is going to start us off with the first fight of the night. We've got Yusuf Salah coming down to 135 pounds, taking on short notice opponent Damon Blackshear. What do you got here?
Give me a second.
The anticipation is killing me.
Intruders here. I mean, this fight, short notice fight. This guy is not bad. Salah is not great. He's great at not getting finished. This is a submission finisher. If you can get there is a big number next to this guy by submission, but after watching the Topuria versus Salah fight, bro, I'm not sure about that one. I can't believe this shit. I'm going to my car and there are like 40 people binge drinking here. I'll go to other place. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this fight yet. Neither of these guys has ever been finished. They have 9 combined losses. They haven't been finished. I don't know. Maybe a close deck. This guy has grappling upside, and Salah is going to do Salah. Salah, by the way, I'm very happy that he's getting another shot. I think he got robbed the last fight. And I mean, he has fought some good fighters. You know what I mean? He fought fucking Topuria. Yeah. That's insane. So yeah, we will see. I may add something, but I'm not sure yet.
Cool. Yeah, I actually like Salah on this spot. I think the move down to 135 will be good for him. Like you mentioned, he's had a tough run at 145 in his past few fights in the UFC, but I think he could have got the decision against Woodson and Topuria, obviously A+ prospect, so no shame in that loss. I think Blackshear is an okay grappler, but he's been doing it against a low level of competition. I think Salah should be a little bit bigger of a favorite here. I bet him at -110. I think he's going to get the job done. If Blackshear wins, it'll likely be grappling success. I do think Salah is a better striker. His striking stats were actually better than I remember. So the pick is Salah. The bet is Salah for the first fight of the night. Did we talk about Witt versus Quinlan last time? Oh, no, we didn't do it last time.
We didn't do the poll.
So talk to me about Jason Witt throwing a naked leg kick -400 to start the fight.
I think he's going to die. I actually had last week Michal inside the distance parlayed with Quinlan inside the distance big, and that one leg cast. I mean, the parlay is gone. It's now a straight. I mean, it's nothing right now. I have to play Quinlan inside the distance separately. But at Bet MMA for tracking purposes, it's going to stay as a parlay. It is what it is. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, Quinlan is going to kill him. I mean, he's not great, but Witt sucks. It's fucking ridiculous that the guy has won fights in the UFC. I mean, he cannot take a punch. Like, what the fuck, bro? You're a fighter and you cannot take a punch. It's like a plumber is supposed to be able to repair things. You know what I mean? It's like the basics. The guy simply cannot take a clean punch. It's ridiculous. But yeah, he has a ton of heart and some wrestling upside if he can get the wrestling going. I mean, who knows? I just think Quinlan has all the tools to, at some point, touch him clean and put him away. I think it's going to be very early.
Yeah, shout out to Pizzo DFS. We appreciate it a lot. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm picking Quinlan. I don't really think there's much value -250 because Witt probably does have the wrestling upside. But his striking defense is honestly, like, I'm not even saying this to exaggerate. I think he's some of the worst striking defense in the history of the sport. Like
tragic. The word you are trying to find is tragic. Tragic. It's tragic or tragic.
Yeah, tragic. His striking defense is non-existent. He opens up. I tweeted last week that he opens up every fight throwing a naked leg kick. He's a good wrestler. Like, he could probably control Quinlan for a little bit on top, but like, Quinlan only needs one punch to knock him out. So the pick is Quinlan.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that he knocks him out quick, and I'd like a good line to bet against him in the next fight because I don't think he's all that great.
Quinlan is on all the good vitamins. I mean,
Yeah, he got caught.
it's funny that people say, "Oh, he tested positive. Now he's going to be clean." I mean, are you fucking retarded? No, he's not. I think he tested positive again, but it was a micro dose or something, and so they are letting him go away from it without suspension or anything. I mean, the guy is on steroids. Yeah, he's in shape. He's primed for fighting. Let's put it that way.
Poor Witt, bro. Witt doesn't deserve it's hard enough for him to take a punch when someone's not on steroids. When he gets hit by someone that's on steroids, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, the Semmelsberger knockout is one of the funniest knockouts of all time. I think you bet Witt, right?
I did. Dude, and the funny part is, after the fight, I was like, oh my God, if like he just survived that early exchange, like he probably would have taken Semmelsberger down. And then like
big value.
After a few more fights, I was like, dude, Witt just gets knocked out by everyone. Like he gets hit clean like every time they're on the feet. Like even against Rowe, he won that first round super easy, and then second round starts, all of a sudden, done.
I had Semmelsberger by knockout, and I almost felt bad. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was like 15 seconds in.
I mean, Witt is really not all that. I feel like even in the fights he's lost, like the Phil Rowe fight, his success is going to always be conditioned to fighting someone that really plays guard or can be controlled, like Rowe, because Rowe has good jiu-jitsu, he has grappled good people, and he's happy.
This is a great one.
Andrew doesn't know anything about watches. His watches usually suck. What is that?
A tag.
That looked like a poor guy watch.
Please.
They are going to expel you from the mafia if you appear with those watches.
Anyway, Ode Osborne taking on Tyson Nam. Ode Osborne minus 270. Tyson Nam plus 230. What do you got here?
I play doesn't go pretty big. I have it in a parlay. I get that Nam is not the guy that is going to put up the biggest volume ever because he's always stalking people, trying to find his big right hand. He packs a good punch. Osborne is an under machine. I mean, I said this the last time he fought. He's a fucking under machine, but people saw that fight against Vergara, and I think they are confused now. He's fragile. He has power. He's very explosive. He's just an under machine. He's always going to be. I really like that line. I think it should be much closer to something like minus 300. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't hate that angle at all. My concern is Nam sometimes can be low volume.
Yeah,
but he does come forward. He does look for the kill shot, and I do think this is a good under fight. I almost am a little bit tempted by Nam, but he's getting up there in age, and like I said, he's pretty KO reliant. And Ode is pretty physically gifted, so I think the under might be a pretty good look.
Yeah, I mean, Nam is like 36 or 37, right?
I think he's like 38.
That is fucking ancient for a guy at 125. It's fucking ancient. Like that is like being 50 at heavyweight.
Yeah, he'll be 30. He'll be 39 in October, according to Google.
Yeah, he looks much younger because he does have that Hawaiian face. Yeah. That Hawaiian look. You cannot tell if the guy is 20 or 45.
Yeah. Anyway, next up we have Lupita Godinez versus your favorite fighter, Angela Hill. Lupita Godinez minus 350. I'll start us off here. I think the line's justified. I think she's going to take Hill down. And my only bet on this fight, I like goes the distance. I bet it at minus 270 when the over was like minus 450, which made no sense. I think Godinez has been to decision in like her last 6 of 7, and Hill's been to decision in her last 7 of 7. So I think that line should be like minus 400. Godinez couldn't finish Carnelossi even when she was completely like mauling her. I like goes the distance. It's juice, but I think it's worth it. So the pick is Lupita Godinez by decision.
I hope you. That's people going around here. They are all drunk. I hope the UFC keeps Angela Hill around until she has a negative record and then cuts her. You know what I mean? When she goes away, are you fucking serious? They are going to stop here. When she goes away, I hope she's on a negative record. She's close, right? She's like 11-10.
Let me see. 13 and 12.
13 and 12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
this is
37.
the equalizer, and then maybe I don't know, a good fighter, 13 and 14. And I think she's going to get cut with a loss. I really don't know because they had her on the booth. She's the worst commentator of all time, all sports. Like her voice makes me want to kill myself.
Mhm.
I don't know who had the idea to put her on the booth. Uh, hey, these people don't respect anything nowadays. I think Godinez is hindsight minus 1000. Maybe a hot take, but how many times is Hill going to finish her? I think Godinez is alright on the feet. She has the bigger punch, the better boxing, and she can take her down at will. I mean, Jandirova, I think, got 3 takedowns. Jandirova is a great jiu-jitsu player, but her takedowns leave much to be desired. And Godinez is probably the best technical wrestler in the division by a wide margin. Like, she's an animal. Her sister is an Olympian in wrestling,
Yeah.
and I think they share the same doctor too. Yeah, she looks insane. I mean, she's a contender. I think if she gets a couple good wins, I parlayed her minus 350. Not my proudest bet, but I'm convinced that she's minus 1000 hindsight. Even if she wins a kind of competitive 29-28, I just don't see how Hill takes 2 rounds here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she's going to need a finish late or something like that to win the fight. And I took a bit of Godinez by submission. I mean, it's a high price. I expect it a little bit short. She's going to get a lot of top time, and Hill's grappling is a little bit tragic too. Like, I don't know how she survived Jandirova. I was surprised. I had her by submission. She's really not good on bottom. I think she was doing some things that are illegal according to the rules of MMA, in my opinion, during that armbar. But okay, she got away with that one. But Godinez is pretty, like, she'll fuck you up on top. So yeah, why not? If she wins a control decision, so be it. I think she's going to roll.
Cool. Next up, we have Charlie Ontiveros taking on Gabriel Benitez. The inside the distance is minus 450 on this fight. Not expected to go to the scorecards. You have anything on this?
Yeah, I parlayed Benitez inside the distance. Like, he's minus 350, and inside the distance, at least at the book, I could get it because it's not out in a lot of books for some reason. I don't know why. Because this is not short notice, right?
No.
It's minus 188, I think. Like, why? Ontiveros has 8 losses, all 8 losses by knockout. He's a complete fraud. He doesn't want to be a fighter. I don't know how he is in the UFC. He fucking sucks. I bet him last time out, first round knockout. I think you had him. You had it. You had
I
him by
did.
first round
First round
knockout too.
knockout.
That was insane. He had the guy out 3 times, but that was this guy that is a bum. No disrespect. I forgot his name.
Steve Garcia.
Maybe Benitez is completely shot and gets hit once because, Ontiveros is big and long, but honestly, I think Mowgli is going to kick him to the body, and Ontiveros is going to go like, oh, maybe I want to play basketball and not fight MMA anymore. You know what I mean? He's a fucking quitter. I mean, if this fight goes past 2 minutes, Benitez is not losing. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And if Ontiveros finds himself on bottom, he's just not UFC level. I saw the guy saying he got PSTD from the Holland fight. He thought he was going to be paralyzed for life. Bro, you didn't go to fucking Vietnam or something. You just got slammed. Like, what is he talking about?
I didn't
That's
see
insane.
that. Yeah,
I'm done.
I didn't see. I do agree with you. I think that I mean, how does Benitez lose his fight outside of like a first 2.5 minute knockout? I think the Benitez KO line or Benitez inside the distance is not bad. I'm hoping they make that widely available soon. Even like like I'm looking at like an alt total right now. Even like an alt total of 2.5. Like hopefully if that's like minus 300, minus 350, I think that's really safe. Even the under 1.5 at minus 230, I think is good too. Like I feel like that this fight goes under 1.5 rounds like a huge percentage of the time. So should be a one-sided knockout for Benitez. So that's my pick. Next up, we've got heavyweights: Martin Buday versus Lucas Brzeski.
Look, Andrew, I got the sun.
There you go.
Do you remember that?
Grab it and pull it down. But yeah, I bet Buday here last week minus 210. So I definitely agree with this line movement. I think minus 300 more accurate, bigger, better grappler. I think he's even the better striker too. Like I don't know. I think Brzeski is one of the worst fighters in the division. He fought a literal tomato can on the Contender Series. I just don't think he does anything particularly well. So I like Buday here. Curious to get your thoughts.
He fought Dylan Potter, right? Isn't that the guy that beat Mohamed Usman? Maybe I'm confusing him with another guy with a similar name. I lost the other here. Yeah, I mean, Buday fucking sucks. So him being minus 300 in the UFC is fucking brutal. Yeah, you got a lot of CLB there. Like, you better have your tweet ready.
Yeah, I'm always ready.
I expected the line movement. I have no bets on the fight other than one unit on Buday round 3 because this is going to be Buday being fat and using his fatness to keep him against the fence like he did Barnett and trying to gas the smaller guy, using knees, using his weight. And yeah, I don't think Buday by decision is a bad look, honestly. It's plus 300. I took round 3. I think it's going to be close. You know what I mean? Like a gassing festival and Buday maybe finishes late or takes a decision.
Yeah, fair enough. Sounds good to me. Ariane Lipski versus Priscilla Cachoeira. I can start this one off. I'm a little bummed because I bet Lipski minus 150 last week. She's minus 200 this week. So bummer there, but I think she has all the grappling upside. I think she's better technically. Cachoeira, as we know, just comes forward and gets hit. She's durable, but I just think this is Lipski's fight to lose. So I'm pretty bummed about not getting the same price this time. Do you have anything on this?
Yeah, I have a hot take here. Lipski is going to fucking destroy her. Like I don't get the prices here. Yeah, I got it. This same situation as Quinlan. I bet her inside the distance last week, and it got moved to this week on Bet MMA. I'm just going to take the same bet again. It's struck at like plus 260, I think. It's slightly worse now. What I'm going to take, I already took plus 240. So yeah, whatever. I mean, what fight are we seeing here? A civilian will put hands on Cachoeira, and Lipski has the best hands in the division. Honestly, like if we are talking exchanges, boxing exchanges, Cachoeira doesn't kick. She's going to fucking destroy her. Like I'm being serious. I would be shocked if she loses this fight. And Cachoeira is durable and all that, but if she rocks Lipski and follows her down, like Lipski fucking sucks on bottom against people that are semi-capable grapplers, but Cachoeira is probably the worst grappler in the division. And I feel like if she gets on top of Lipski, she's going to get armbarred. Honestly, like this is a very low-level fight in some aspects.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think there is one part about Lipski's game which is elite, and that's her hands, especially inside exchanges. Like in the pocket, she's brutal. Both hands, power, fast. You don't want to exchange with Lipski, and Cachoeira is a fighter that all she knows is to exchange. But yeah, why not? I think it's a great price. I think she's going to fuck her up.
Yeah. We talked about Calvillo versus Nunes before, right? Our answer.
Yeah, I think we had that on one episode.
Do you want to touch on it again? I don't have anything. The last time I bet the over minus 205, but this time around it's like minus 250, so I'm probably passing.
I took a little bit of Nunes by decision. I think it's essentially the same as betting her money line. I don't know why this is wider than the first time. It is, right? I think Nunes is like plus 160 plus 160 right now. I'm not sure why. Yeah, why not? I mean, I have seen people say, oh, they have been finished in their last fights. You know what I mean? Nunes quit. I mean, she quit, but she was getting beat up badly against Andrea Lee. But I don't buy this. Oh, they got finished in their last some fights, and now, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be the classic Nina fight where if she doesn't get taken down, she takes the round with leg kicks and things like that. I have a hard time seeing her finishing Calvillo, which, yeah, she quit, but she's pretty durable. I mean, look at who has finished her. The Andrade Ali fight was a beating, and Andrade can finish a man. Honestly, on the right night, she could finish a man in the octagon. But yeah, Nunes by decision. Why not? Small, nothing big. I think there's value there. Like if I get plus 260, that's like, I think a little bit over 27% implied. If I'm not wrong, I think it's much closer to something like 40%, 45%. If you see the fight 50-50. If Calvillo can get her grappling game going, she's going to dominate, and she's pretty nasty on top, but her wrestling fucking sucks. So yeah, not overly excited to watch this fight.
Yeah, it's a good chance to grab something to eat or go for a walk. Next up, you don't want to go for a walk there in this one. Bruno Silva versus GM3. I'm going to go out on a limb and predict that you have a bet on GM3 by submission.
Of course, like why not? Pretty big actually.
So yeah, I know you well after all this time of us doing the show together.
I mean, let's talk the numbers, because it's always about the numbers in the end. Okay, let's keep this professional, Andrew. Okay. GM3 is like plus 240. When he wins by submission. Why is submission plus 550 or something like that? It's plus 550. You can get plus 600 if you are in the right state, or if you have the right friends. Yeah, why not? I mean, Bruno Silva made Andrew Sanchez look like the champion of the world of grappling. Like Andrew Sanchez, champion of the world intergalactic wrestling champion. That was insane. Yeah, he gassed and he lost, but GM3 is only going to need 1 or 2. Get the back and that's it. Bruno Silva is a horrendous jiu-jitsu player. I don't know who the fuck gave him that black belt, because he got a black belt after the Andrew Sanchez fight, which was ridiculous. Like he looked like a fucking civilian getting grapple fucked. That's insane to me. That like if we go around like full circle, that tells a lot about Alex Pereira too, the grappling. That is going to be exposed very soon. He fucking sucks at grappling. But yeah, why not? I mean, Bruno Silva could come out and just knock GM3 the fuck out. Everybody hits him very hard. I think this is a much easier fight than, let's say, Muradov. And we saw how that fight went. So yeah, if GM3 doesn't fucking die early, I think we may see another GM3 classic. It's like the Super Bowl of MMA when GM3 fights. You take him by submission and just watch. It's easy. Nothing to think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely favor Bruno Silva, but it's getting to the point now, like you said, GM3 submission plus 600 is tempting. I don't think Bruno Silva is much of a grappler. Like he's a black belt and all, but I was explaining on Twitter earlier today that doesn't really mean much in MMA. GM3 is the much better grappler. He just gets hit a lot. Bruno Silva is way stronger, hits way harder, better striker. GM3 is just kind of herky-jerky on the feet. So I don't know. I'm picking Silva, but I don't hate that plus 600, plus 550 on Meerschaert submission. If he wins, it's probably off a back take.
Yeah, this is the way. Don't be a pussy. Come on, take it.
Yeah, it's tempting. Maybe I'll throw that in my Lambo parlay this week. Devin Clark versus Azamat Murzakanov. I'll kick this one off. I like Devin Clark a lot in this fight. Murzakanov kind of pulled his last win out of his ass. He was going to lose in the third round, kind of got a miracle knockout. I don't like his cardio. Devin Clark, we know what he is. He has his flaws, but he is good wrestling, good cardio, fought a good level of competition. So I like him to win here. Murzakanov could knock him out with one of those left hands early, but I think if this fight gets extended, it does favor Devin Clark. So he is my pick and my bet.
Fucking mosquito. Yeah, Devin Clark is a fighter that I never liked. You know, there are very few fighters that I don't like initially, and they can turn it around and make me a fan. You know what I mean? Like Steve. Same situation. Like someone that you think is a fraud, and then you end up having a soft spot for them. That's Devin Clark. Like I have seen the guy get fucked up so many times, and he never quits. He's like, if he had just a little bit more in some aspects of his game, he could be really good. He doesn't have it, so he takes a beating and half his face is falling off every time. But I'm kind of rooting for him every time lately. That the fight against Kutelava was fucking insane. He was fucking dying. Half his face was literally falling off, and his dad was I would, for everybody loves his dad shouting. I would like not let the guy enter the arena.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Like, not only I guess that it's difficult to compete if your fucking idiot dad is doing that octagon side, but it genuinely like molests me from home. Like it has to be fucking unbearable live. I don't get why people like that. That's horrible. But yeah, Devin Clark, he has all the tools to win this. I was surprised that he was the dog. He was plus 160. That range line is coming down. I expected that movement. I waited because I thought I could get better value on the decision. If he wins, I think it's going to be a decision. And I got the line I wanted, plus 300. I took a little bit of that. If he dies, he dies, but I think that's a pretty good look. Devin Clark by decision, plus 300. I really like that bet.
I think that's a good bet too. So we'll see. We're team Devin Clark. This next fight, I'm going to need help pronouncing the names. Lucindo versus. Can you pronounce that last name for me?
Jauregui.
Yeah, I like the dog here. I like Lucindo. Both these girls are very young, newer in the sport. Lucindo should have the grappling upside. The other girl's better on the feet, but again, she's had like a year layoff, only 20 years old. I do think she has the grappling upside. There's a ton of question marks, but I'm willing to take the shot. I bet her plus 195. I think you can't go too wrong with that. Do you have anything here?
Yeah, I really like doesn't go the distance at plus money. I was surprised to see this line. Both had a lot of finishes, a ton of finishing upside, and Jauregui is a fighter that I have been waiting to get in the UFC. I knew she was getting into the UFC. She was on my radar, and I was very hyped to see that she got signed. And I was very excited about the fight she got because Estela Nunes was going to be a fucking banger. Like they were going to kickbox. Now she got Lucindo with. She's a good prospect. Like she's like a teenager. She's 20, but she looks like a teenager. I don't know. I get your angle that if she gets the grappling going, she's the underdog and all that. But Jauregui is fucking vicious. Like this girl is mean, like fucking mean. So yeah, I'm not sure. I may add something here if I get the prices I want. I just took doesn't go big. I have it in a parlay. I'm surprised it's plus money.
Yeah, I don't it's either.
It's inevitably going to be a war with 3 knockdowns and 300 punches landed that goes 3 rounds, but I really like the price.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty binary fight, right? Like if it stays on the feet, it's probably going to be whatever Yarguri.
Carnage, yeah, a bit down.
And, if it's grappling, it's probably going to be Lucindo. So this should be interesting. I don't know where this fight came from. Neither of them have fought in the UFC before. It came from Contender Series or Tough. So we'll see. Onama versus Nate Landwehr. You got anything on this? I know Landwehr is one of your boys.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's not? Guest appearance. We didn't think we'd have a guest today, but there you go.
If you want to come watch the show live, you come to this campaign. Yeah, I mean, this fight, I can see it going in a ton of different ways. It's always going to be an action fight, but I'm not sure how it's going to develop. I guess that Landwehr, who is a fucking idiot, he has like 2 brain cells, is going to come forward and meet fire with fire. It's what he always does. It has got him knocked out 2 times, but he's a pretty durable guy. Like he has been finished 2 times in the UFC, but historically he's a durable guy, and the knockouts he has got finished with are both knees, like one flying knee and basically 2 flying knees. Herbert Barnes is inside plus 500 against this guy. You know what I mean? I think I bet Landwehr that fight. That was ridiculous. Yeah, Herbert Barnes by one hitter quitter knee, as everyone predicted. Yeah, easy money. I mean, come on, give me a break. He's a fucking bum. Yeah, I like Onama by submission. Landwehr is durable. Onama can grapple him, I think, if he goes for it. Onama is fucking gigantic. I mean, he is like actually gigantic for the division, and he fought a division up and he didn't look small. You know what I mean? Like, people love to create all these narratives when talking about fights, but in the end, a lot of times it comes down to physicality. This is a combat sport, and Onama is a fucking gigantic black guy for the division, and that goes a long way in fighting. You know what I mean? Against a white dude. Sometimes this happens. Yeah, it's going to be a war, and I think Onama has the upside, and I think I think Onama is inside the distance is like minus 120. Why is Onama by submission plus 600? Makes no sense to me. It's like a 50-50 situation for a finish for Onama between knockout and submission, in my opinion. So yeah, roll the dice. Why not? He actually goes for submissions historically. So yeah. I mean, I think Landwehr is going to be a popular dog because Onama hasn't proved a lot, and the Mason Jones war is not looking very good right now after Mason Jones versus Klein, and he has beat people that basically suck, except Benitez, but a lot of people were on Benitez there too. I mean, and it goes on and on. Probably this fight shows a lot about Onama, but I think he's going to pass the test with flying colors.
Yeah, I think Onama probably gets it done here. I was kind of tempted to bet him when he was like minus 185, and I waited, and I'm fine with not having anything here. He's probably the more durable guy. He hits a little bit harder. Landwehr and him are probably going to exchange in the pocket, and it might be a close fight, but I do think that Onama has that finishing upside. So I am picking Onama. I have no bets on this fight, but I do think he gets a knockout. We'll get him one of these days. I just don't know if this is the spot. Main event, Dominic Cruz versus Marlon Vera. Why don't you take this one away?
This is the main event already? Like
Yeah,
Onama is a co-main event?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Haven't we like skipped a fight?
Let me run through. We did Salah, we did Quinlan, we did Nam, we did Godinez, we did Benitez, we did Buday, we did Lipski, we did Calvillo, we did Meerschaert, we did Clark, we did Lucindo, we did Onama, and now we've got Cruz.
Yeah, I was wrong, I guess. We didn't skip a fight. Yeah, there is a lot of heated debate going around on Twitter about this fight, as expected. Like I don't think you need to overcomplicate things here. I tweeted it in. I think you can dissect the fight in 2 tweets. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cruz is historically not great at keeping people down, and when he was in his prime, he used his grappling upside, his wrestling, and his volume and his footwork to just pace people. Like he doesn't take people down to keep them there because she's not good at it, and he's not good at it, and basically he can't a lot of the time. But he used to pace people because getting up is fucking tiring, and grappling all the time is fucking tiring, and thinking about his feints, his in and out, it's fucking tiring. But the guy is very old now, and yeah, Vera is a kind of a horrendous grappler. If we are talking wrestling, he can get taken down and be kept there. You can keep the guy down, but I don't know if Dominic is the guy to do it. And as I was saying for the Onama fight, this is a combat sport, and Dominic is fucking ancient for the division, and Vera is in his prime, and he's a fucking savage. Like Dominic is not finishing Vera. If Dominic submits Vera or something, it's going to be a fluke. I'm not going to. I mean, if you go for a choke and choke someone out, it's not a fluke, but you know what I mean, right? It's a 1% outcome, I think. Cruz finishing this fight. Not 1%, but because anyone can break a knee or anything, but it's not very possible. And if he wins, it's going to be a decision. Cruz by decision is like plus 250, which is not horrible. I saw a lot of people betting Cruz decision only plus 150. I think that's a good look. I don't hate it. Personally, I took better round props. I took him 3, 4, and 5. Incredible prices, in my opinion. He like, I don't know how the fuck he didn't finish Rob Font. Like, that was ridiculous. I was on Font and I was like, if I had bet better props, I would have committed Harakiri. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? He finished Font four times. But you know what I mean? Like, he finished that fight like 4 times. That's ridiculous. What is he doing? What is the referee doing? What is everyone doing? Why is this sport so fucking stupid sometimes? I don't know. I think Vera is going to get him late. Cruz has a lot of heart and he's historically durable, but the leg kicks are an important factor here. I think Vera is going to use them. And as the fight goes on, I think Dominic is going to maybe win a round or a couple rounds, but I think Vera gets him late. Like, this game is for the young.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense that I think this fight's a lot less complicated than people are making it out to be. Cruz has pretty much no finishing upside. I think he can win minutes here, but Vera is going to have the big moments. Cruz is getting up there in age, like we talked about earlier. Tyson Nam being 38 at flyweight, and Cruz is like 36 at bantamweight. Had a lot of surgeries, And I thought he was done, and I had Pedro Munoz against him pretty big. I thought that was a good performance, but I do think over 5 rounds, Vera is a pretty tough matchup for him.
Yeah.
Cruz's path to victory is probably a lot of footwork on the feet, winning close rounds by mixing in takedowns, but I do think it's a sliver. It's a narrow path. Like, there aren't a ton of win conditions for him, whereas Vera, I think, could win with leg kicks, could win with a finish, could win by just walking him down and, as you like to say, mongoloiding to a victory. But I do think the price is about right here. I'm picking Vera to win, and I don't really feel confidently on either side. Like, I think minus 250 is probably fine. So pick is Vera, no bet for me. I will be rooting for your late props.
Yeah, I mean, if you are betting Cruz, you are essentially betting on Dominic at his age, and after all his injuries, having one brutal war in him and taking three rounds. That I feel if he doesn't straight up keep Vera down and win minutes on top without Vera going anyway, he's not winning that type of fight in 2022. I think if I'm wrong, I will eat my words, and I will be rooting for Dominic. Like, I hope I win my bets, but bets aside, I will be rooting for Dominic. I don't like Vera. I think he's an idiot. People like him a lot around here, and in the Latino community, same as Brandon Moreno. I think everyone in the community is fucking stupid or something. I don't know. Like, what is there to like about Brandon Vera, Marlon Vera, not Brandon, Brandon Vera, like a mix of the two. The most dislikable fighter. No, yeah, Marlon Vera. He's arrogant. He talks like a prick to everybody for no reason, or is it me, or is he like, I don't know. He's just so angry all the time. He's like Trey Young. You know Trey Young in the NBA? He's upset all the time because he's ugly. I think Marlon Vera is the same case.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be rooting for Cruz, all bets aside. Normally, I don't really care who wins if I don't have a bet on it. You want to do Lambos?
Yeah, we can do question and answers or something too.
Yeah. Ask some questions.
It was a short one, and we didn't do last week. People were fucking upset, bro. I got a ton of DMs. Like, people think I work for them. Like, I'm not your fucking employee doing this podcast.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, no podcast this week? Like, why? I didn't feel like doing it. No, we couldn't actually, but what if I didn't feel like doing it?
This is someone asks this every week, no matter how many times.
It's the fucking same guy every time, yeah. I haven't looked at. Yeah, I have looked at the card, but just over it. You know what I mean? I didn't look in depth or do any tape. I know what bet you took, but yeah, maybe I take something later tonight or tomorrow. I will look into it. If I take it, I will post it. Like, this is another thing that I don't fucking get. Like, except the UFC picks, which I gave the UFC picks here basically, but that's the only thing I sell on Twitter. Everything else I post, Bellator, all the other promotions, boxing. Don't be in my fucking DMs asking if I got Bellator picks. If I have them, they are posted like every time, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, and on my end, I posted my Bellator stuff to my Patreon, so you can get it there if you want it. Yeah, I'm ready to do my Lambo. I've got a good one fired up, so I'll kick us off. I've got Salah money line. Osborne fight does not go the distance. GM3 submission. Devin Clark and Lucindo. 100 to win at 12.1 thousand.
That's not bad. I think Lucindo is going to lose, but yeah, I don't hate it. I played I played Buday round 3 and Vera round 5. 25 to win like 7,000, over 7,000. Full disclosure, I wanted to bet more, but I took a ton of Vera round 5 already there, and they didn't let me put more on it because I would go over the winning limit daily or something like that. There is a daily winning limit online. Like, the people like me that we bet legally, not like you, that you bet with the Italian mafia, we have limits. Winning limits. The online winning limit there is 25,000 for MMA. So yeah, they only let me put 25 on the parlay.
I think this depends. It's hard to tell yet, honestly.
I mean, I posted that I was just fucking with people. You know, I posted that. How do you call this in English? Where people vote. I forgot it.
What do you mean?
Like when you put two options and people pick one.
I forgot this
poll. A poll. Yeah, I forgot the word. A poll. I said who takes it, Adesanya or Bonical? No, Chimaev or Bonical, and people were going crazy, like quote tweeting it, like, oh yeah, this guy's crazy on the replays. I mean, it was mostly people that weren't following me, the classic casuals from MMA Twitter. A guy quote tweeted my tweet and said, "Does this guy have Down syndrome or something like that?" I was like, chill, bro. 25% of people picked Bonical to beat Khamzat Chimaev tomorrow. I mean, maybe he cannot take a punch or something awkward, but the guy is a massive prospect and he looks like a fucking killer. It takes a certain mindset to be in this sport, in my opinion. He has all the tools, all the base, everything needed, and he looks and talks like a fucking psychopath. So yeah, middleweights around the world should be concerned about this guy. I think he's going to go into the UFC, and honestly, I think he's going to make a 3-4 fight run and fight for the belt if he doesn't lose. I can see some matchups that are going to be complicated, like Robert Whittaker right now would be a very, very difficult fight for him, for example. But
Yeah.
would anyone really be surprised if he came out and fucking grapple fucked Adesanya into oblivion? Like, Adesanya is not stopping the takedown. If they fight in round one, Bonical is going to be on top of him if Adesanya doesn't kill him on the first entry. People should realize that there's an entire different level of wrestling when this guy gets on you. It's not fucking Vettori.
Yeah, I think he has a bright future. I hope they don't rush him, but it seems like he's going to get rushed. He's going to be in the UFC in 6 weeks. So,
Yeah.
What else we got? Islam versus Volk. Islam, big favorite. 300.
I mean, the Volkanovski lightweight thing is, I don't know. People have some hot takes. Other people are on the complete opposite of what is going to happen when Volkanovski inevitably moves up. Unless he loses a defense in a bad way or something, he's going to move up eventually very soon. I don't know, man. I mean, Volkanovski is a stocky guy. I mean, he's not tall. He's a big, stocky guy. And everybody's always talking about, yeah, he used to be 210 or 220 or whatever. He was a fat fuck playing rugby. Like, he was not a competitive 220. And I don't know if people realize how much bigger Islam Makhachev is than Alexander Volkanovski. Like, Makhachev is massive. Like, what is going to stop him from... Brian Ortega took Volkanovski down. What do you think is going to happen when Makhachev is in front of him? Like, do you think Makhachev is going to start to jab with him or something? He's going to shoot a fucking single, like the striking is lava, bro, and be on top of him. And I honestly think Makhachev rapes him. Maybe people don't agree, but I don't think Ball would have a lot for Makhachev, just a size problem. But yeah. Would I be shocked if he can keep the fight? If he can keep the fight standing, I think he beats Makhachev. So yeah, it's interesting. When he moves up, it's going to be a lot of interesting fights. I don't agree. I mean, he's going to get an instant title shot probably, which I don't like. I don't like this thing where the champion moves up and gets a title shot in the UFC. This is not boxing. But I think that's what's going to happen. If he fights Oliveira, that fight is going to move a lot of money both ways. I hope that fight happens.
Yeah. What do we got? Yeah, Roy's looked pretty bad lately, but he should be fine against Taylor. PFL botched the whole run. Yeah, PFL botched it. Yeah, some new PFL matchups. I'll probably have some bets posted for that.
Where are you getting these comments? I'm reading them and I cannot see them.
Really?
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Rory McDonald, man, if he wins the million, I'm going to lose it. This is so funny. He's fighting a legit, I mean, not a bum, but this guy shouldn't be in the semifinals. Like, Rory, who is playing seven dimension chess, let himself lose to Sadi Busi to get... it was so clear. He let himself lose a decision to get Magomed Kerimov out of the playoffs. Why is the PFL not getting Magomed Kerimov in the semifinal and it's getting Delano Taylor of all people? Like, what the fuck? What hot takes did I have today?
No more than usual.
Maybe Lipski to destroy her? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, she's minus 200, so that's not that. I don't know what to make of this fight yet, honestly. I'm going to need to watch the grappling a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic to get this question because I have only got this question 500 times before on Twitter. So yeah, it's good to have it
Same
again.
here too.
Like when the fight happens, we'll talk about the fight because I don't have any action. I always tell this to people on the DMs. Like, I'm happy to help you or whatever, as long as it's not something that I am going to give to anyone that is buying or whatever. But I'm happy to help you. But first, I have to take my action. You know what I mean? We actually bet money. I know people are not used to this because most people on Twitter don't do it. But yeah, we have to get our action first. Like I will have my people call your people type of things, and then when we are set, we can give advice. But yeah, Makhachev is going to be a big favorite, right?
I think he's like minus 200, minus 225 or something like that.
I think that is going to get wider.
It's come in like it was minus 250,
Yeah.
minus 300, and it's when Oliveira beat Gaethje, the line came in. I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, I mean, beating an all-time grappler like Gaethje proves a lot for a fight against Makhachev.
He's minus 185, Makhachev right now.
Minus 185?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Probably the Russian mafia is letting the line move in, and then they are pouncing.
What do we
That's
got?
an interesting line.
What do we got for boxing this week?
Teofimo is fighting a guy that is put there to die. So yeah, he's going to kill the guy that is supposed to die. But Teofimo is a guy that, man, that he's very young. His life is a fucking mess, and he sounds like he has some serious mental health problems. I'm worried about the guy. Great. I mean, he's an insane talent, but I think there are a lot of things wrong with him and about him and around him. I hope he can put it all together, but he looks pretty fucked up.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else for us?
I mean, there are a lot of. I mean, I'm reading the comments right now. Blanchfield versus Molly McCann. Yeah, I'm surprised that Molly took that fight, but she signed an 8-fight deal. Did you see that?
Yeah, but that doesn't really mean much, right?
I mean, if you signed it, you are getting paid for 8 fights.
But can't they cut you at any time?
I'm not sure how that works. Maybe with a number of losses, but she's getting fucking paid per sources. Like, you wouldn't believe how much Molly McCann is getting paid. So yeah, she was probably like, Blanchfield, yeah. I mean, Ngannou, yeah. For that money, I will fight Ngannou. I will roll a Limanari, and then we go from there.
Oh yeah, Mercier is definitely winning the strap.
Bro, he won so easily. Like, I felt like this was maybe his, because Alex Martinez is kind of an awkward fight for everyone, and the way he just raped him, a finish would have been great. But yeah, she's winning the million. Somebody said that he has to give us, because he went on the pod and he hasn't lost since. Same as Damon Jackson, and someone said that he has to give us like 10% or 1%, or I don't even remember. 1%. Yeah, that seems fair to me. I don't know. I think people should tag him on Twitter and tell him pay Magic 1%. Oli Aubin, hashtag Oli Aubin, pay 1% to Magic and Andrew MMA show. Like, that's like 10,000. That's peanuts. That's what Andrew makes extorting people a week with extortion.
That's not true.
In Little Italy.
What else?
Paddy fight is another hot topic.
Yeah.
I heard he's not fighting in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to get him there, but he doesn't want to pay taxes because the state of New York is stealing from people. So yeah, he will fight in another place probably. I think, I don't know, maybe you know because you know him personally. Matt Frevola got a fight, right? But it's not Paddy. I don't know.
I don't know who it is. I knew about the Molly fight for like a week, but I don't know who Frevola's got.
Yeah, who told you that, motherfucker? I only learned yesterday because I asked. I guess if I had asked, yeah, I can guess who told you. Yeah, for sure.
I've got better sources. You're just gonna have to accept it.
Who is Damon Jackson fighting?
I don't know.
Someone said Damon has a tough one coming up.
Let me look.
I remember the announcement, but not the opponent.
Sabatini.
I'm not sure if that's a tough one for him. Like Sabatini is a very good grappler, but he's fucking tiny.
Yeah.
And Damon can grapple.
Awkward fight.
I'm going to take Damon. Full disclosure. Full disclosure. August. You cannot tell I didn't warn you with time. Damon Jackson guillotine choke.
For the culture.
Yeah.
Damon's gonna beat Sabatini. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they beef up the Chimaev card. There's not really much on it, but
I think
Chimaev, so.
I think they got Diaz the fight because I mean Diaz is a fucking idiot. I have been vocal about that. I don't like Nate Diaz at all. He was asking for the fight. I think they gave him the fight, and he's probably going to get pay-per-view points. You know what I mean? Because it's a pay-per-view, right? And they don't have a belt, so I think they just want to be done with him. You know what I mean? And not pay him any real money. Just what he can generate. Do I make sense right now? You know what I mean? Like Chimaev is going to fucking destroy him. It's going to be. People are like, oh, why is this fight being made? Chimaev is minus 1,000. I mean, give me a fucking break. This is great. I would watch Chimaev versus Nate Diaz every Saturday. He's going to go out, take him down, and fucking like abuse him, assault and battery. It's going to be great to watch because Diaz can take a beating. Like how long do you think he's going to last?
I don't think he's gonna last that long. I think like a round or two, honestly.
I think he's going to last like 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But can you imagine he lasts like 4 rounds of Chimaev just using his head as a fucking drum? Like pong, pong, pong.
I hope it doesn't happen.
He'll probably lose like maybe he lasts 5 rounds and he loses 50-38, but then flips Chimaev like this and people act like he won or something, or slaps him once and people act like he won. Another win in the Diaz book.
Yeah, he'll land one good punch and raise his own hand. That was so funny in the Edwards fight when that happened.
Bro, he should. I mean, I had Edwards finishing, which was gross because he should have finished that fight. I had Edwards by knockout, I think, and I was upset. But I felt like if Nate had followed up, he could have he could have got Edwards out of there. Like he was really rocked for like 3 or 4 seconds, and this moron was like, "Oh, I hit you, bro." This fucking retarded. He could have won.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. A guy here said already speak on Ilya fight. I guess he's from Spain. Emilio Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I understand the question. The fight is official. He's fighting Edson Barbosa. If you mean a breakdown of the fight, that fight is October, bro. Wait. But yeah, do you think I'm going to pick Barbosa? Come on.
Yeah, that's going to be a wide line for sure.
Topuria is going to grapple him.
Oh, yeah.
He has said it already.
Yeah, he is for sure.
He said something like, yeah, I'm going to grapple him. And I'm going to tell him that I'm going to grapple him. What is he going to do?
That's funny. I like that quote. What else? Yeah, the France card seems pretty weak.
It's a good card? Come on.
No.
Really?
It's terrible.
The UFC Paris card?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good card.
Oh.
I mean, look up the fights. Put that up, Jamie. Pull that up.
My best fight. Gone versus Tuivasa is a squash match. The only good fight is Whitaker versus Vettori. Everything else is like, I haven't even heard of some of these people.
Bro, it's a good card. Come on.
No. Like,
they have one of my favorite fighters, the Commando guy.
Who?
The Commando guy, the Special Forces guy. He's fighting in that card, right?
Who? I don't know.
Benoit Saint-Denis.
Oh, yeah. I thought his fight got canceled.
Yeah, but he's going to get another opponent.
Yeah. You like that guy.
He's great. Why do people don't like him? Like, he took a beating like a champ. He went down and he fucking raped this guy. I think he's going to be a problem at lightweight. Not a popular opinion for sure, but I think this guy is going to make a run. People are going to be surprised.
He looked good in his last fight.
He goes at you like you are the fucking Boko Haram, bro. He wants to kill people.
Yeah. We got a good amount of live viewers tonight, 140. So if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. But we appreciate it. We'll be back next week for the pay-per-view card in Utah with Usman.
This guy made a good point. I saw this earlier. It's interesting. Dumbe, Cedric Dumbe. You probably don't know him. Do you know Cedric Dumbe?
Yeah,
you know him because we bet on him against the last time. He won by knockout.
That was a while ago. That was like a few years ago. I feel like 2 years ago, maybe.
No, bro, that was like 8 months ago.
No, I'm gonna look it up. Hang on. Keep going. I'll look it up while you.
It was Dumbe versus Grunhardt 3, I think, the last time they fought, and that wasn't a year ago. It was the same night as Alex Pereira versus Bakitov, the rematch, and that was 11 months ago. I'm like a fucking database. 11 months ago, Andrew. That fight happened 11 months ago.
Let me see.
I'm right. You don't have to look it up.
It was
same card.
It was January 1st, 2021. It was a year and 6
months.
Yeah.
That has to be wrong.
I'm looking at Twitter.
I know because I saw a tweet earlier today that said that Pereira was fighting Bakitov 11 months ago, and it was the same card. I parlayed them.
It was against Mirthel Groenhart.
Yeah.
So I was right.
I'm not sure about that. I'll look it up too, but I cannot get out of the stream.
I'll send you it on DM right now.
Wasn't it 11 months ago?
18.
Andrew is taking advantage that I cannot get out of the stream, so he can get away with all his invented data.
Fixing it.
Yeah. Dumbe signed with the UFC and he was going to fight Darian Wicks. This guy said Cedric has a UFC fight scheduled, but it was announced earlier today that Darian Wicks is now fighting another guy. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he pissed hot or something.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
He's great, Dumbe. I think he's going to do very well in MMA.
Yeah?
Being a gigantic black guy goes a long way, as I said. Sinner is not going to win the US Open, bro. I mean, Djokovic is not playing, right?
No idea.
Probably Nadal is going to inject some hormone and win, like he has been doing for 20 years. Ooh, Spain.
He said he's not playing.
He's not playing. Then it's not a horrible bet, I guess. I feel like Daniil Medvedev is probably the favorite if he's playing. I don't know. I haven't followed tennis since Wimbledon that much. So yeah.
All right, you ready to wrap?
Yeah. Oh, they are already playing this? Medvedev lost?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what people are talking about here.
You need to start a tennis podcast.
Bro, this guy said Medvedev lost to Kyrgios first round. And this other guy says plus 225 on Medvedev. I mean, one of you is lying. ATP Montreal, yeah. That's a shit number on Medvedev. So pass. Best tennis capper in the not in the world, but probably on YouTube. Best tennis podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. You want to sign us off today?
Cycling podcast. Yeah, I will do a sick cycling podcast. I have to do the Vingegaard thread. I'll do it. I promised I'll do it. And I'm going to lose 20 followers. Same as every time I post a doping thread because people get upset that their heroes are doping. But I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. So yeah, catch us next week for I don't know what card because I didn't look it up yet. Which is the next card?
The next
Magogomba. Pay attention, please.
You're going on about tennis and cycling.
What is the next card after this one?
The Usman versus Leon.
Oh yeah, that's a big pay-per-view. Make sure to not miss that one. I'm going to have super hot takes. Like for real.
You heard the man.
Yeah, good card, good pay-per-view. I think that's a way bigger fight than people realize. That's a really, really good fight. The thing is, they probably have if you combine them both, they still probably have less charisma than a potato. So that's a problem for a pay-per-view. But yeah, great fight. And this week, hopefully, we make a lot of money. Boats and hoes. Catch us later.
Peace. Just boats for me.